Freddie on the line, renowned Ghanaian music producer. He shares some of his thoughts on KODA on his Facebook page, but of course, he's someone who's been in the space for a very long time and knows a lot. Good afternoon, Freddie, and thank you for your time this afternoon, Uncle.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Great. I'm sure that you're also shocked at the news that came out yesterday about KODA.
Yes, we are all shocked because it came as a surprise. I knew he wasn't well. I'm not expecting that kind of news on a Sunday on the 21st of April. No, I wasn't expecting it.
If you were to eulogize him and the kind of music that he made, what would you say about KODA?
He was a genius in terms of his skills. I mean, he was a multi-instrumentalist. He could play all the instruments, so it really reflected in most of his compositions because he was versatile in terms of playing the keyboard, the guitar, the bass. I mean, talk of any instrument, he brought variety into his compositions. You know, my first time of encountering him was on the 15th of September 2010 at Accra Mall, where I set up a stage for he and then Neo Kind. At that time, Global Media Alliance, contacted me for them to come and play there. And since then, we got into contact. Fortunately, my son came in now, is also in the music industry, and he also plays guitar, and he was taking some lessons from KODA. So KODA has been part of our family. I mean, he calls in our house, we discuss things, and then never knew that he was going to exit this earth yesterday. It's a blow, especially to my son, because we were doing a project together and hoping that the project will come into fruition, only for me to learn yesterday afternoon that we have skipped a bucket. I mean, it's a big blow, not to us only, but to the whole of the music industry. Because if you look at his records in terms of his music prowess, he never hurt a fly in the industry. He was always on point. He really lifted the image of the Western music. That's the best always comes from the West, especially Takrade, in terms of the gospel music, the likes of Joe Bichem, Amy Newman, Charlie San. If you come to the gospel career, these are the big wigs in that area, in addition to the other contemporary music that was being played in Takrade and its environs. Yeah, and I think KODA is very, 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 very good in terms of that area. Yes, I'm listening.
Uncle Freddie, one notable thing also about KODA, his music, is the infusion of what people will say when you go to Takrade, the indigenous sound into his music, and he seems to be like the only one who is able to do it so perfectly. How much are we going to miss that bit of sound?
He is not the only one who was able to do it perfectly, but he embellished it with his own, his own style. Yes, we go to miss him a lot because he wanted to grasp some of the highlights, what do you call it, rhythms, infused with the gospel, the Western style. So in doing so, he went back to the relics of time, like the Adibinium, to incorporate into his music. So definitely his music was quite different from what others were producing. For instance, if you listen to his song called Insane Peace, it has a bit of a highlight with kind of gospel, and it was kind of a funny song, because you listen to the lyrics, it was talking deeply about how controversial we the Christians are, but at the same time, he was also, giving that kind of message through his music. So he was versatile, as I've said, in his music approach, and I think I share in your view that yes, his thoughts will be felt as he left this Syria earth. But he had a bit of something different from what the other main gospel musicians are doing at the moment. Because of his versatility on the instrument, he was able to bring it there on his musical compositions and other things. So we miss KODA a lot, because I used to call him 10 days before Christmas. 10 days before Christmas, in the sense that he was born on the 15th of December, 1978. And he used to ask me what happened in 1978, and I told him a lot of stories that in 1978, we had played the African Games, African Cup of Nations, and Ghana had won. And then a certain musician called Osevaso had released an album called Oyonko Danoda. So I used to tell him most of these stories the year that he was born, and he felt quite comfortable.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Thank you very much, Fred Chambers, probably known as Uncle Freddie Ma, for that on KODA. And Annie,
yeah,
we're all sad about the situation, and the family hasn't released the statement yet. I've spoken to some people in Takrade. It seems that everybody's in shock. Nobody really.
I actually wanted to find out from Freddie Ma if they all saw the video before, because it looks like it's now come out.
True.
So did they really see the video?
Definitely.
But I'm sure that is a question that we're yet to peruse
Definitely.
once we get into the investigative part of the situation. So